In this excerpt from The Third Mary, 55 Messages for Empowering Truth, Peace, and Grace from the Mother of Mary Magdalene, the Third Mary shares, "So often in your world, the pen is put down and the author ascribes to bringing in energies he or she believes are suitable to his or her goal. This is not the case here. This is a spontaneous record of our interactions without limits. I know you are aware of many energies at once, and that is fine. It is your nature and it suits us well. Yet I find it interesting that your longing for certain experiences on the earth plane limits your awareness of some of the beneficial energies available to you here, other dimensionally, ones that would support you in your goals if you chose them. Believe not the can't, and listen for advice on the could." Ooh, isn't that something? Now, in my own case, I was taught from a very young age to listen with my inner ears and respond to what I was hearing. This is a relatively late blooming practice for those of you now developing it. Anyway, I knew that if I wandered, so to speak, into an area beyond my current understanding, that it would eventually become whole and clear to me. I knew my elders counted my faculties among their future resources, that the development of these faculties would ultimately favor the good of all our tribe, village, and that they could do more by allowing me to learn in my natural manner than by force feeding their own version of it to me. You hear how the males of the tribe were taught book reading and arithmetic, and not the females. That has much to do with the fact that, in general, we are capable of listening within earlier and more easily. And to foster this, it may assist to put this other kind of learning to one side. I can tell you much that was not written in our time about our time, but you would never know that if I had been taught to read early in my life. It was obscured, though much later revealed to me, that had I been bound to book learning at an earlier age, I would not have developed my intuitive faculties so largely and well. I did eventually master basic reading and writing on my own in my middle years, mostly to help my daughter, Mary Magdalene, along her path. For it was foretold she must become capable in many arenas in order to fulfill her goals. And I knew she could handle this, for she was born without fear of the illusion. Upon her birth, she opened her eyes and looked at me with such innate calm and trust, and I knew we belonged together, and that regardless of any hardships along the way, both of our goals would be served. She was a very inquisitive child who knew her own worth at an early age. She knew little inner conflict and much exacerbation of her own free will choices regarding her learning on the earth plane. She lived to be happy eventually, for she knew she had lived her purpose, her grand design, truly. And it is this each of us desires before all things, when we can see and know ourselves as we truly are, magnificent beings of light, aspects of the one is all is one, come to explore unique facets of knowingness in order to enrich the whole of nature and allow our oneness to shine through this multiverse experience. When we examine our individual beliefs more clearly, we can know ourselves and our light more fully as well. I cannot emphasize this truth enough. Our free will choices are everything we have in this life and everything required to experience what we desire from it. Nothing else. For eventually, the choices make clear our motivations. Which of these reflects the light of truth and which does not? ultimately lead the way to those choices which most suit our soul's nature and best serve the whole. It is understandable that one initiates these choices with care once their impact is recognized, and they make themselves perfectly clear and unalterable when viewed through the lens of unconditional love and the knowing of the archetypes of humanity that allow many versions of ultimate truth to come to pass. It is important to avail yourself now of every opportunity for growth, for shining with the oneness that all truly are, because the changes are coming very quickly now, and it is your own harmony with your true inner nature which shall guide the degree of fruition you experience in this process. It is also important to stay aware of any motivations that decrease the expression of your light and to let them go, as their identification with the illusion triggers resistance to the coming changes as well. I am aware of all that is happening on many levels of the earth plane experience right now, and I can tell you that ultimately this mishmash will be set aright. In the meantime, there is quite a hodgepodge of interacting factors taking place that it would behoove you to forgive for their seeming lack of clarity as they grow into a recognizable expression of our oneness. In the meantime, bless all with love, knowing everything that obscures the light is simply the dross that shall be washed away and not need be fought nor fostered. Instead, simply love, be, accept. Allow yourself to remain aware of your capacity to experience the light within even the seemingly darkest of places. And know that I am with you, helping you, encouraging you to grow your own capacity to share your light as you allow all others to experience their own free will choices. The example you set by doing so facilitates many wonders in your universe, and you will experience greater harmony throughout your own growing process. Thank you for listening. If you're interested in hearing more, please subscribe to this channel. And I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Namaste and many blessings to you.